So this is the answer that Perplexity AI gave me when I searched using the keyword OpenAI news. And basically I was trying to find some news or some update related to the OpenAI company, whether they're launching a new product or a new update or maybe something else. Now this answer is essentially just the summary of all the pages that Perplexity read. And even though this is actually a lot shorter compared to if I have to read all the pages, I think this answer is still quite long, and there are some details that I think not really important and somehow still included in the answer. However, I did the same thing on a different Perplexity thread, and this is what it gave me. So I was only using the keyword OpenAI, and that's about it. There's nothing else, just OpenAI, and somehow it knows that I was trying to get some info about OpenAI, and it gave me this curated list of news related to OpenAI, and it is actually a lot more easy to consume. It is in a bullet point format, and I can consume this in less than a minute compared to this one that is a bit too long. So the key here is actually because I was using a feature in Perplexity called Space, and it is actually very similar to custom GPT in ChatGPT or maybe gems in Gemini AI. Essentially, we can provide a custom instruction to the AI, and therefore when we ask something, it will understand the job and will actually answer based on the instruction that was provided. So let me show you on how you can turn Perplexity into a news creator using this AI prompt. Alright, first let's open ChatGPT. Well, actually not ChatGPT, let's open Perplexity, and then you can log in to your account. Now, after that, you want to click Spaces, and you want to click on this button. So we want to create a new space. Now I'm going to call this new space to be, let's say, News Curator 2. I add the number 2 at the end because this is not my first news curator anymore, but you don't have to do that. After that, you can add some emoji to make the space to be distinguishable from other spaces. This is completely optional, but I always like to add some visual cue about the space that I created. Okay, now I will try maybe using the icon laptop. That seems appropriate. And now you can skip description. This is again also optional, but custom instruction is actually very important. So I'm going to be using this custom instruction that I have prepared before. You can pause this video and then you can copy this, or you can check the video description to get this full prompt. I'm not going to read all of it, but basically this is the instruction that will tell AI that it must act as a news curator and must answer based on this format. And after that, you can click continue and the new space has been created. So before you start searching anything on this space, I do recommend to apply a few settings. So here, if you click on the model menu, I do recommend to use one of the reasoning models available in Perplexity. It could be R1, O4 Mini, and Cloud 3.7 Sonnet Thinking. It's really up to you. But if you don't have access to the reasoning model, then any model is perfectly fine. Now, the reason why I prefer the reasoning or thinking models because it is actually a lot more thorough when doing the research. But again, if you don't have access to the reasoning model, you can skip that. And here, if you click on this menu, I do recommend to enable social. So if you enable this setting, there is a good chance that Perplexity is able to get info from Reddit posts or maybe tweet from x.com/Twitter, and therefore the answer is going to be much more up to date because this website usually will be a lot faster than traditional news website. Alright, now you can also enable the setting or the time setting, but this is completely optional. And after that, you can start using the news creator that you just created on Perplexity. Now for this example, I'll try to search maybe Comet browser. It's a browser that Perplexity is still developing, and I want to know some new updates about this browser. So one benefit about reasoning models is that you can see the chain of thought process, and therefore it's kind of giving you feedback about whether or not your prompt or instruction is right, or maybe you want to revisit the prompt again and you might want to add some modification to the prompt. So that's why I really like the reasoning model. So it is still thinking, and there you go, start creating the answer. And yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's a lot more concise, and I could get all the info in less than a minute. And here it says launch timeline announced, and it's going to be in 3 to 5 weeks. Well, this is actually very accurate. So yesterday there is a news that Perplexity is planning to release the Comet browser next month, and this is actually not from traditional news website. The announcement was created on a tweet on x.com. So that's why it's amazing that Perplexity is able to access content from X and also Reddit. And yeah, that's basically it. If you want to use this news curator again, you can also go back to, you can go to Spaces and then click news curator, or you can also click on this menu and maybe you want to bookmark the page. So the next time you want to search anything, you can always visit the page, type something about or type any subject and send the message to Perplexity, and it will automatically find the most relevant, the most up-to-date news based on the subject that you have provided. And by the way, if you want to modify the answer or if you want to modify the instruction, you can click the context button right here, and then you can click here and you can modify the prompt if necessary. So that's basically how you can turn Perplexity AI into an AI news curator completely using a simple prompt. So if you find this video to be useful, then feel free to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a great day.